This is an introduction to cells and cell theory. The first part of cell theory states that all life is made of one or more cells. Some living organisms are made of only a single cell, and some are made of many cells. The fact that they all are made of some cells means that they can be alive. Cells are the smallest functioning unit of life. If you look at parts of a cell, they do not carry out all of the functions of life on their own. They need to work together in order to function. Cells can function on their own. All cells come from other cells. That means that no life spontaneously is created out of nothing. Every cell came from a parent cell, which divided into two daughter cells. All hereditary information must be contained in cells. Since every cell came from another cell as its parent, any information that is going to be passed along to control the functioning or appearance of that cell had to have come from the parent. It couldn't have come from somewhere else. So all this is saying is that the information necessary to make a cell has to be self-contained within that cell. Cells must be able to carry out all of the functions of life that are absent in non-living things. So the first thing you might consider is self-replication, of course. If you can't produce more of yourself and then you die, it's not an effective living thing. A cell also is to continue living. It must be able to self-maintain. What that means is that if it needs energy in order to do other functions of its life processes, such as replication, then the cell must be able to either absorb energy from nutrients in its environment or create energy for itself from another source like the sun. But the cell must be able to sustain itself, as in find a source of energy to keep going. Cells also have to be able to resist changes in their environment. If the pH would change in the cell's environment, the internal parts of the cell require that they stay at the same pH in order to function. Resisting its environment could also mean temperature regulation, but not always. It doesn't have to be perfectly able to resist all these changes to be considered alive. But once it cannot resist these changes anymore, it quickly dies. So therefore, cells must be able to carry out all of the functions that are absent in non-living things.